You can see a few delegates coming out of the hall behind me. That is the hall where the closing plenary, the closing of COP21 is still taking place. It will probably end after midnight, so actually on the 13th of December. Today, COP adopted through a somewhat unusual procedure, but not unusual for COPs, which have usually been unusual procedures over the last several years. It adopted what they call the Paris Agreement. It was adopted despite the fact that some states tried to take the floor during the closing of the Paris Committee, which transmitted the text of the Paris Agreement to the final COP. And it was adopted despite the fact that some states asked for the floor before it was adopted in the COP, but were denied the floor by COP President Laurent Fabius, the foreign minister, in quite an unusual diplomatic affront to states. Nevertheless, many states, when they took the floor, congratulated the French presidency on the adoption of the agreement. A few states, however, pointed out problems that they have with the agreement. For example, Nicaragua said that the agreement does not accomplish the protection of the planet that we need to guarantee a 1.5 degree temperature increase and no more.
First, the INDCs registered lead to 55 gigatons in 2030. They put that in the agreement because we insisted on it 3 or 4 times. We insisted they put in the 55 gigatons and the fact that that's a 3-degree track. They put it in, but they didn't point out that it's a 3-degree track. But at least we have the 55 gigatons in, which is the result of the exercise. Previously, there was total lack of transparency and even deception because they just said that they had overshot the 1.5 to 2 degree targets. But overshooting by a little bit is not the same thing as overshooting by 100%.
Moreover, they pointed out that there is no guarantee of financing that is needed by poor or developing countries to be able to accomplish many of the things that the treaty tries to accomplish. And finally, they pointed out that the COP decision that is adopted with the agreement in paragraph 52 gives away the rights of future generations to liability and compensation. Or I should say, tries to give it away, because although it's not part of the agreement, it tries to be an interpretation of the agreement, but one that many states objected to. Unfortunately, we have no more time to negotiate any further, and the states decided not to try to continue to negotiate into the new year. So the agreement has been adopted. 29 articles, some very short, and none of them very strong. Let's see now how this agreement will be enacted.